Everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to the free video here tonight for the end of month. Tomorrow, Tuesday. Should be kind of interesting too. We got a big week this week. If you look at the calendar, there's more than enough on the calendar to make a difference with the Fed on Wednesday, and then the non-farm payroll, the payroll on Friday. So here's what I've got for you for tonight. I want to show you something here. Look, we went sideways for a long time down here. And as we did, we put in a balance area down here. These numbers are important, okay? 2265 down here. Then on that Tuesday trend day, we shot up here higher. And for 3 days, we made a balance area up here at 2294. With this, now let me clean it up so I can point something out to you. We started talking about this in the room the other day with this doji day right there. It looked like it was, that doesn't have to, but it certainly looked like it was toppy for a little pullback. So with the pullback, this was interesting. What we did was we pulled right back into that lower balance area down here, which essentially coincides with that voodoo line, 2265. And this, I'd remember this if I were you, up here at 2294, and into... And close today was the opening swing low, and the close on today was the balance area right in the middle from that Tuesday trend day up at 77. So down here at the bottom you got 65. Right there, the point of control on that Tuesday trend day up was 77. And then up here at the top on that 3-day island top up here, that was a point of control up here at 94. So 65, 77, 94. Those numbers I think will be important for a while as we're in this area. So this was looking pretty nasty this morning as we sat down. At at one point, obviously today, this morning, I mean that was a solid red candle all the way down into the lows. But something happened midday where we bid up off the lows pretty decisively and closed up in the middle balance there at 77. So it doesn't necessarily bode really well, especially with all that we've got on the calendar for 1, end of month, 2, Fed, and 3, non-farm payroll. It doesn't necessarily bode well for a move higher or lower, really specifically. But I would say I'd give this tomorrow. I'd give this a sideways to maybe a little lower, but sideways to a little lower from where it was right here today, especially around midday. And then, Wednesday we can start to get a little wild there. We got about 25 points priced in the options chain for the remainder of the week. And so, the open here on the week was 62, and we still have was down here. The open on the week was down here at 62 because we gapped open lower. We still got 25 points priced in for volatility that that's expected, that's priced in. I hope this helps. I will say that down here at the bottom, you see we do have a squeeze that has fired long. So the pullback on that doji was somewhat anticipated. I'm not going to say we're saying bet the farm short or anything like that, but somewhat anticipated on that doji that it makes sense you start to pull back a little bit. And to be quite honest with you, even if it were to pull back a little lower down realistically down here into say 2252 or so, something like that, and another 10 points lower than where it's been, that still would not be really bearish. I mean, still it could pull back another day or two or something like that, back a little bit lower, as long as we get the same pattern that we're seeing here. We get the wicks on the bottom, the lows are rejected. We can trade lower, but the lows are rejected like this, and we end up closing up here with the close up at the top, like what we're seeing, with these dips down, all these sessions right here with the wicks down at the bottom like this. That's okay. We could dip down another 10 points into 52 or so, something like that, leave a wick on the bottom, close up here, and it's still a retracement into the averages that bodes well ultimately for, move out of the hole. That can change, of course, with a close down on the lows. And if we get a close down on the lows below the 21 EMA or the 20 EMA, however you run yours, then you need to be more guarded, much more guarded long than these lows that are rejected, leaving the wicks on the bottom with these stronger closes. That's not such a bearish sign. So just be mindful of the way it's trading back into the averages. A little bit lower wick on the bottom is okay. With a decent close, that's still okay. A firm, decisive close down here in the lower, region of a dip down is a bit more caution warranted at that point. Know where the expected move is, kind of for the day. And by the way, this sounds, like everybody should know this, but I'll just say it just in case this happens to help. You get your average trading range for the day, and right now that's about 20 points for the entirety of the entire 24-hour session. That's Globex and cash and everything. And when you come in the morning, you take your ATR 20 points or so and add it to the Globex low and subtract it from the Globex high, and that gives you a projected range for a range high and low for the day's session. I mean, it sounds pretty rudimentary, but that's one way to do it. And so that'll help you mark a potential high and low for the day's kind of session. So anyway, like I said, little dip down if that's what we want to do. As long as we close up here tomorrow, then that would still be okay. That's a retracement into the averages where ultimately we're looking for a trade, whole shot out of the hole. Okay, hope this helps. Good trade. Nice evening. Oh, and two, John is doing a webinar tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Central Time. So if you'd like to attend that, he's going to be going over some indicators that he's using right now. So if you'd like to attend that, I don't have the link for it, but send an email to support@simplertrading.com, support@simplertrading.com. And they'll get you a link to join tomorrow. You probably have, if you're on the mail list, you probably have an email invitation in your inbox tonight for the event tomorrow. But in the event that you don't have that invitation and you want to attend, email support@simplertrading and we'll get you an invitation for the event tomorrow night. It's free. Webinar tomorrow night with John. It's going to be going over some indicators, and it starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Okay, good trading. Nice evening. I'm going to hop over into the premium video and look at some interesting stuff with the credit markets and gold, especially gold, as quite the interesting trade right now. So good trade. Nice evening. Be with you again at the next update.